Stop getting frustrated over guitar. 8 chords is all you need to play 90% of songs. So there is a secret in the guitar world that your guitar teacher does not want you to know. I've spent the last 5 years performing full-time and learning thousands of songs on the acoustic guitar. And in that process, what I've learned will shock you. So by the end of this video, you'll walk away with the only chords you need to play 90% of songs on the guitar. So if you've tried to learn a song or two on the guitar, you've probably seen a couple chords by now. Maybe the G chord or the C chord. But regardless, you're probably fed up with all the different chord variations and especially all those annoying chord changes. So what if I told you that you can throw out all those crazy chord shapes and just learn the ones that get used all the time? 90% of mainstream music just recycles the same chords over and over. And that popular song that you keep hearing on the radio probably does too. And the reason they do this is because it works. I mean, it's proven for, people to love these chords and they're just recognizable chords, right? And a lot of the time, it's just easier to use those 4 chords than use some weird chords that people haven't heard. And for example, if we take the 4 chord progression like G, C, E minor, and D, I could name endless hits from every era that use just those 4 chords. And once you get this and know the main repeated chords, everything changes and guitar becomes easy. So let's not waste any more time and just jump right into it. So I'm gonna rank these chords from easiest to hardest, but really none of these chords are that hard to play. And remember, each of your fingers are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the chord diagrams, use the corresponding fingers. All right, so we're gonna be starting this with the classic E minor chord. Now, this chord is very simple. So we're only using 2 fingers to play this chord. We're using our middle and index finger on the 2nd and 3rd string, and we're gonna strum all 6 strings. Kind of an eerie chord. And by the way, you have major and minor chords. Don't worry too much about that for now. Just know that if a chord is major, you can just call it by its first letter, like G, and if it's minor, you always call it minor. Anyways, moving on. The next chord we have is A minor. So from the E minor, we're just moving these 2 fingers down 1 string and placing our index finger on that 1st fret, 5th string. And we're gonna strum the bottom 5 strings. All right, moving on, we have the C or C major chord. So all we're gonna do to play this chord is place our ring finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, middle finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and index finger on the 1st fret, 5th string. And we're gonna strum down the bottom 5 strings. Next is the F chord. Now this is typically a pretty hard chord played like this, but you can simplify the F chord by just moving down these 2 fingers from the C to this. This is an F major 7, right? So we've got C, F, and you strum the bottom 4 strings for this. And a simple progression to kind of upgrade this chord is just to move your ring finger up 1 string and place your pinky underneath to add a bit more bass. So far we've got E minor, A minor, C, F. Next we have G. Now you can play G a couple of ways. Typically people learn G first like this, which is your middle finger on the top E string on the 3rd fret. Then you've got your index finger on that 2nd fret, 2nd string. And then you've got your ring and pinky finger down there on the 5th and 6th strings. And you're gonna strum all 6 strings. Now that's a full G major chord. Sounds really nice. You could also play it like this. Not quite as full, but still sounds great. And the cool thing is, this G is very easy to switch to the C chord. So there's benefits of using both, obviously. So far we've got E minor, A minor, C, F, G, or G played like this. Now the next chord is a bonus chord, and it's just a variation of the C chord. But since we're already on the G chord, I want to show it to you. So all we're gonna do for this next chord is drop these 2 fingers down 1 string to create a C add 9 chord. This chord is one of my favorite. It's the most beautiful chord, and I wanted to include it because it makes that transition between G and C super, super easy. So just know that you can typically replace a C major chord with a C add 9 and it'll sound great. The next chord is an A chord. All right, so there's a couple ways to play the A chord. The way that I typically play it is by barring it down like this. Basically just taking your index finger and placing it on the D, G, and B strings, and then strumming down the bottom 5 strings there. Another way to play the A chord is by staging your fingers 1, 2, 3, like so. If you've got big fingers, that might feel like a bit of a squeeze. You could also kind of layer them like that. But if you've got big fingers, I'd recommend just trying to bar it like that. Now, moving on to the last chord is the D chord. Typically played like this, where we have our index finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string. We've got our ring finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string. And then we've got our middle finger there on the 2nd fret, 6th string. And we're going to strum down the bottom 4 strings, like so. So in total, we have E minor, A minor, C, F, G, or G played like this with the optional C add 9 bonus chord. And then we've got A, or A, and D, like this. Now, another key thing to know is this thing called a capo. So a capo makes playing songs even more accessible. This device basically bars the guitar at any point on the neck. So think of it like moving the end of the neck to where the capo is located. Now what this does is it turns one chord shape into 12 different chords. So if we play a G, right, every time we move that capo up, G, right, it kind of transposes it. We're bringing it up one semitone at a time. So really, when we place the capo on the 1st fret, we're not playing a G chord, we're playing a G sharp chord, but it's still the same shape, and that's all you need to know. All right, so now that you've seen those 8 chords, let me pull up some popular songs that you might know, so you can see them used in real songs.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River.
Take the capo off, we have Good Riddance with the G, C add 9, E minor, and D chords.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy.
And the classic Riptide. Now, an example of moving the capo way up would be the song Let Her Go, which sounds like,
well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go.
right? But again, we're using the exact same chord shapes, and if you were to look up that song, you would be using the F chord, the C chord, the G chord, and the A minor chord. It's not going to tell you to use the whatever chord that is. And there's so many other songs like this, guys. I could go on forever. So now you've got the 8 chords plus the device to unlock the guitar completely. And in my free community, I give you a full roadmap to start playing real songs in 7 days. Go check it out. It's a good time. And I'll see you guys in the next video.